When we're training squats, something that we want to maintain doing is making your depth only low enough where, number one, you can control the tension, meaning that you can actively engage your own musculature. For example, if you, right now, pop down to the very bottom of a squat, when I'm all the way down, now full range of motion here, I can't really effectively squeeze my own ass. I'm so low in this position, everything is so stretched out, as in my butt is about as stretched out as can be. I have full range of motion in my hips, so things are stretched out. The more stretched out this position is, the less capacity I have to generate power and strength. So if I'm doing something like squatting all the way down, let's say I'm doing barbell back squats, if I go all the way down, I am severely limited because this position is so much weaker than, say, up here. I'm restricted to what I can lift through my weakest, most vulnerable position. I cannot maintain a neutral spine there at the bottom. My lower back will flare out. That's pretty normal. Pretty much all human beings do that. So typically, people say squat hips below parallel, or we say hip crease below knees. That is a judging standard. Now with the X3, what we want to do is optimize mechanics for delivering the greatest amount of force possible. So we have a system where, because the lower you go in a squat, the weaker you get, and the higher you are, the more you are in a standing position. You're mechanically more powerful in a more standing position. So I can tolerate significantly more load at the top than I can at the bottom. So I want to use a system where I can optimize force production in regards to that force curve. Okay, does that make sense? So with squatting, in order to have what I consider to be the best mechanics for delivering maximum force output, what we do is that we say hips just above the knees. Now remember, this is for exposing your body to as much brute force as possible. Now, why is it important that we say hips above the knees? Number one, if you are having hip or knee trouble, this allows you to significantly deliver a lot more power and force onto your body, which means that you stimulate significantly greater muscle development. And therefore your hormone development is significantly higher. So testosterone, human growth hormone, they all skyrocket when you can deliver more force in your body. Does that make sense? So it significantly helps with rehab. As soon as you go past about 90 degrees, so what happens when I go to hips just above parallel? My knees and my hips are both right at about 90 degrees. When I go lower than that, I go past that 90 degree point. Why is that important? As soon as you go past that 90 degree point, the amount of torque your joints have to create to come out of that position goes up exponentially, which means that you have to perform a lot more work just for going down that extra 2 inches. So especially when we have people who are in rehab, they're trying to heal their knees, heal their hips, heal their joints, we can deliver a lot more force and a lot more strength, a lot more exercise on their body just from inhibiting that range of motion slightly. Because remember, when, like in CrossFit, when we say hips just below the knees, one, that's not full range of motion. Full range of motion would be ass to grass. Number two, that is a judging standard. It exists 100% for the purpose of a judge saying in a competition setting that you finished the rep, or that you got to the bottom of the rep. That's all it's for. And even Adrian Bosman, the head coach of CrossFit, the head judge of CrossFit, has openly said what I've been saying for over a decade now. It is a judging standard. It is not based on optimal biomechanics or optimum intensity, right? So what we do with the X3 bar is that number one, we limit it to where the band is going to stay tense and where your muscles can stay tense effectively, okay? So typically, as a kind of a broad standard, it changes slightly from person to person, but sort of as a broad standard, we say hip crease just above the knee, or hips just above the knee. All right. Now, we're doing front squats with the Generation 2 Elite Orange Band. Last time I got 21 reps. So what does that mean we're doing now? We're going to fight for 22 or more reps and stimulate more stress than we did the last time so that my body continues to grow stronger every single week. I counted 23. So I don't know why that's saying 28. Oh, quads. Especially on the front squats, because your shoulders will hit the bar. It does kind of interfere with the loading. Oh, my quads feel like they're gonna cramp. Oh, that was fun. I'll definitely rewatch that. I'm pretty sure it was 23 reps. So I have my head. And we're ignoring that 4 score. That's from slightly different workout. That's what we got recorded for this exercise. Anyways, last time we got 21. That time we got 23 before we safely bailed out of it. And next time we're going to go for 24.